بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Brothers and sisters, the Khutbah al-Eid, during the Eid, I mentioned some ahadith. I think some of you or most of you was there. I mentioned some benefit and the most important things during the Eid, and then it wasn't in my plan to mention something about perfume, about this kind of stuff. But when I was coming to the masjid, I smelled in the street. I smelled perfumes, from the women's side. So when I come to the masjid, so end of the khutbah, I add some ahadith of the hadith as-sahiha from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that I mentioned the meaning of the hadith. I mentioned any woman use perfume and passing by men, and then they smell her perfume, she's making adultery. She fell in adultery. This is the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I not mentioned something from myself. So I got complaint from all over. Why Sheikh mention, why he's talking about this during the Eid? This is the day of Eid. People should be happy. People should be happy with the worship, not with the ma'siyah. We should have to be happy with the ibadah. قل بفضل الله وبرحمته فبذلك فليفرحوا. قل بفضل الله وبرحمته فبذلك فليفرحوا هو خير مما يجمعون. So happiness is not to be happy with the ma'siyah. And I was in the street. A Muslim person, he had the music, loud music in his car. And then what do you mean to do? To be quiet? Then when I'm gonna mention, when I see a person making a mistake, if I not say something about it, then when? What's the meaning of Amr bil Ma'ruf wa Nahy anil Munkar? What's the meaning of that? Why? What's the meaning of command good and forbid evil? I see the person, he making a mistake. So don't talk about them. So these days, majority of the people, they want the khatib to follow them. Not they follow the khatib for the good. They want the khatib to talk the way they want. So if you talk about the right of the woman, there's some people that said, he just want to be, look good, to the woman's side. If you talk about the men, the right of the men, the woman that said, you just talk about yourself and the men. If you talk about the right of the kids, the fathers, the parents, they said, don't give them more, don't make them more aggressive. They're not listening to us. They do whatever they want. We talk about the right of the parents, the kids, they said, they already oppressive. They not have no love for us. They don't have care for us. And you just talk about their right. What about us? So this is the way. Anything you talk about, the people they want to, don't hurt his feeling. Don't talk about the selling haram, because there's something some people they sell haram. So don't hurt their feeling. Don't talk about the riba interest, because some people they dealing with it. So don't hurt. Then a lot of things in Islam we have to cancel it just because of the people. And this is not the way of Islam. This is not a way of Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned many ayat. If we look at the Quran, there's many ayat talking to how to believe in the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There's the ayat command you how to follow him. There's the ayat how to practice his way. There's the ayat warning and threatening whoever disobey to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then what are we gonna do to those ayat? There's many ayat in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned as an example some of the meaning of the ayah. Allah said, no way for a believer, man and woman, if they hear from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they have a choice. There's no way for a believers, when they hear ayah and hadith, and then they have a choice after that. So when the ayah and hadith come to you, doesn't matter even if you have a shortcoming, even if you're not practicing, Ask Allah forgiveness. Don't try to reject it, because you're going to fall in them even worse. The person who disobeyed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala openly and clearly, he know and disobeyed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he know what he's doing, he's the most misguided person. فَقَدْ ضَلَّ ضَلَالًا مُبِينًا. Clear misguidance. He's upon the misguidance. So when you hear the hadith, think about the hadith. Even maybe, I'm not saying I'm not. Maybe sometimes I'm harsh. Maybe sometimes I have not good, talk. Maybe sometimes maybe. But look to the ayat and the hadith, not to the way the person talking. Look at the what he mentioned. If something reminds you to obey to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, this is what you're looking for. Yes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said the situation of the believer, if he hear from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he have no choice except to accept it. So this is the situation of the believer. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he commanded all believers, all who you believe, accept Allah's call and his messenger. When you hear the call from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his messenger, to give your real life, and be sure, beware that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he separate between yourself and your heart. So this is very dangerous. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he told the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if they not accepting from you, if they not accept from you, O Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and be sure that they following their desires. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, who can be more misguided than the one who follow his desire? That's very dangerous. Very dangerous. The Muslim, have to know about his iman. When you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, there's the actions and there's the speeches nullify this statements. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. So if you don't know, meaning, so you're gonna say just like parakeet. The parakeet, they say La ilaha illallah. They teach the parakeet, they say Allahu Akbar. And you say Allahu Akbar, but if you don't know what's nullified, so you're gonna be just like a bird, like a parakeet, just repeating it after people. So brothers and sisters, when you hear about something from anyone, first don't attack, because wallahi, the one who rejecting a hadith, he's upon the very bad situation, and his situation very dangerous. He may be in the age of Islam. Maybe he's almost leaving Islam. Maybe he's almost out of Islam, or maybe he's out of Islam already. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, some of the meaning of the ayah, beware to reject a Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Beware to reject any command coming from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Beware of this. Why? Because if you reject, you may fall in a fitna. What's the fitna? The scholars, they said, maybe you start making a partner for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You start making innovations. You start, with all misguidance, actions and speeches. And also, maybe you have a severe punishment on the Day of Judgment. فَلْيَحْذَرِ الَّذِينَ يُخَالِفُونَ عَنْ أَمْرِهِ. So this is the warning from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Beware to reject anything from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded you to obey him. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he commanded you to obey to Allah and obey to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So very dangerous when we reject the hadith. So again, whatever I mentioned, look, if something against the deen, please remind me. I'll be happy to correct myself. But if you're talking about my way, maybe I will help. I will do better later. But if you have complained about the ayah I mentioned, about the hadith I mentioned, This is very dangerous. This is not a character of a Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sent the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam for the guidance. To guide you, and to explain to you, to show you the difference between partner for Allah and between Imam. To show you the difference between disbelieving and Islam. To show you the difference between innovations and Sunnah. To show you the difference between the truth and false. So this is, give examples. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He sent the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam lights, brightness for the dunya, all people, not only for the Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala قال لقد من الله عليكم إذ بعث فيكم رسولا من أنفسكم. Look at it. Man, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He have a favorite upon the ummah when He sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. لقد من الله على المؤمنين إذ بعث فيهم رسولا من أنفسهم يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب إلى آخر الآيات. آيات كثيرة. There's many ayat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He have favorite, complete His favorite when He sent the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And then when we come to the following, we're following, here and there without looking to the ahadith, without look. There's the people, speakers against the Sunnah clearly, and they have followers from the Muslims. So meaning we don't know about our deen. Meaning we don't understand the meaning of Iman. Meaning we don't have an understanding of Islam. That's why when you see something against Islam, against Quran, against your deen, against your Iman, and you're not doing anything, so meaning you don't know about your deen. And if you do it purposely, you quiet, meaning you have a problem here. There's a nifaq. There's a hypocrisy. And this is very dangerous, brothers and sisters. Deen is not a choice to choose whatever you like and to leave whatever you like. No, everything from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, have to be accepted and we have to follow it. Even if we're not able to practice everything, we have to believe it. And we have to believe we have a shortcoming. We're not practicing, we're not doing good. And maybe, this help you on the day of judgment because you're not rejecting. You're just saying, I have a weakness, I ask Allah to forgive me. But when you reject, you're in a bad situation. Maybe you're out of Islam and you don't know. أسأل الله سبحانه وتعالى أن يصلح قلوبنا وأن يجعلنا ممن يستمعون القول ويتبعون أحسنه. وأسأله سبحانه وتعالى أن يصلح أعمالنا وأحوالنا. وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وأقم الصلاة.